Mm.
In New York City, you can now buy something without a phone, a credit card, cash, anything. You enter the store with your palm. You can register your palm once at any Whole Foods, and they will pair your palm to your credit card. Once you grab an item, the store uses weight sensors to know something was taken, combines it with camera technology to know that it was you, and charges you as you walk out the store. No staff, no cards, no cash. To assist in our recovery, the Neo-Sapien Occupation Committee has ordered all Terrans to register with the Neo-Sapien Central Administration at once. During this registration, a small identification chip will be implanted under the skin. This will be mandatory for all natural humans. Motherfuckers out here play. Use your brain, use your logic. Put no foreign objects in your teeth. My dream was regarding the RFID chip that is upon us. So, shalom, brothers and sisters. Please be mindful of the times that we are in. It's crazy. So I was in like a hospital type facility. Don't know what I was in there for. But I was walking around like I was trying to find my way out, and I seen exits, and I could see what they're doing to people. They're chipping them with these little things, and sometimes they're passing them out so that people can do it themselves, and they just tell them where to stick it. So it was like the size of, you know how those pens are, with the point that it has, like, you can see I can't explain, it's like those ballpoint pens that looks like a needle, kind of. It looked just like that, like it was the size of that ball at the end of the ballpoint pen. And they were sticking people in their hands. So I seen them sticking people in their hands, and they gave me one, like for me to stick myself. And I didn't want to stick it in my hand because I was like, no, I'm not taking the mark of the beast. But I believe God wanted me to feel what they were feeling. So I think I stuck myself in the stomach or something, and it was I could feel it going into my stomach, and the shock, like the sensation, I could feel the sensation that came with it, like in my stomach, and then it shot out, like it gushed out like water. So it didn't stick. I think I stuck myself in two different places just so I could feel it again. I felt it. I was like, whoa, that hurts. And when I was witnessing with the people, because it shot out of me, like I didn't stick it where it was supposed to go, so it shot out of me. I was witnessing the people around me who they were sticking, like they had them attached to these heart monitors, right? And when they stuck them, they flatlined and then were brought back to life. If that makes sense at all. Because, you know.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Unto thy foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. I had to interrupt it because something she just said and kind of hit. She said, and the people, obviously she's talking about the market, MOT being mark of the beast, Revelation 13:16 on down. She's talking about the last great prophecy that needs to take place in order for the kingdom of heaven to usher in the great temptation that's going to come upon all flesh. All right, doesn't matter what nation that you are, what class status that you are, where you was born at, it's gonna hit everybody. It's a worldwide event. That's the powers that be may hate each other. Like this weekend, this week is the UN meeting. They may spill a lot of things that they hate one another. World War III, all this other stuff. There's one thing they have in common. They want to chip the majority of the people of the world. So, as I I had to say that. So she said that when the people that took the joint, might add, it's not a dream. She's having that's an actual vision. All right. Visions come in the form of dreams as long as it's part of the prophecy. Whatever prophecy that's being foretold, those are normally as visions. All right. Yeah, you can have a dream about anything, but if it's coexistence with the any prophecy, that's pretty much a vision. So she said that they took the stuff and they died and they came back. And the first thing that came to mind, that's their rebirth. All right. That would be like them, they died because their old self died. This new thing that they are is not recognized. This is why the scripture says what them that not found. Matter of fact, I still want to. This. I'm gonna let it play a little bit more, but I just want to get this one thing. Revelation 14 and 11. Saint, no, no. What I'm looking for, not found in the book of life. Hmm. Oh, yeah, well, not found in the book of life. Yeah, there it is. No, no, no. Revelation 13:8. Yeah, let me just get this one. Revelation 13:8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him whose names are not written in the book of life. So if their name is not written with the book of life, they're slated, like the scripture says. Matter of fact, Second Ezra 9:15, I believe. I believe it's. I just want to go to the point. Second Ezra 9 and I'll start at 12. And the same must know it after death by pain, which is talking about Israel. All right. They don't, because why? Why they gotta learn from death by pain? Because Isaiah 69, the Lord has not chosen um a good portion of his people, 2/3 of his people slated to die. Okay. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished or when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and whom the world is created. Those of the righteous is found in the book of life. It says, then answered I and said, I just want to go to the point. They were born in vain. That's all I want. All right, 18. And now when I prepared, no, not 18. I gotta go up. Mm, flowers, da, 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 da. There it is, 22. Let the multitude perish, which was born in vain. So those that's not written in the book of life, they were born in vain. All right. I don't know why it took me so long to get that, but hey, it is what it is. It says, let the multitude perish, then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, which is the remnant, which is the elect, and my plant, For with great labor have I made it perfect. So the Lord set aside a special people for himself, those that was written in the book of life. So anybody that's not written in the book of life is like when they get that chip, they're gonna be reborn to be slated for death. All right, which they already the majority of people of this world is automatically slated to death. Okay, and that's be like the verification that the Lord wants. Everything that's written, how can I explain it? Everything that's written, obviously, is written before time, was written for our learning. But we are in prophecy. Everything that's happening, we say something and it end up happening. Why? Because we are the prophets. The Lord gave us to say things that's before. So when the Lord said these things back then about the different empires and so forth, and now we're living within that empire. Okay, we see this new world order. Okay, matter of fact, let me go to 13, 15. It says, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast. The he is Esau. All right, how you give something to life? He makes everybody. Hold on, hold on. Matter of fact, let me go up a little bit. 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell upon the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do. And that's going into him being taking the power of Esau. I mean, of Satan. When you read Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 2:7, it tells you that the miracles that they go by is the miracles of Satan. Okay, the energy, the power of Satan. So he mastered the left hand side. Since he powered the left hand side, he could bring these things to life, and he has brought this new world order agenda to life. And his ultimate goal is to chip everybody, to mark his cattle. All right, and it says to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. That wound by a sword is represent the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire fell. Rome fell. All right. So if something gets stabbed up, normally it never comes back to life. But through this man, he brought back that same concept. Now, what was so significant about Rome? Why Rome is so important to the New World Order? Rome was a form of a New World Order. Rome ruled the whole entire Mediterranean, different nationalities and so forth. They had served people in slavery, and they branded their slaves. Okay, they put a charagma on their slaves. So this man wants to get back to that state. So this is why I said he had power to give life into the image of the beast. Okay, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So the beast is the Roman Empire. The image of the beast is the New World Order. And those that does not worship the New World Order was slated to die. So on one hand, Scripture says what? The Lord himself said it. He that loses his life shall find it. He that gain his life in this world shall lose it. So those of us through the Spirit, Lord, when are part of the elect, that have forsaken this world, when that time of great temptation comes about, although in the physical world we may have died, but we gain the kingdom, we gain the world to come. Because we're gonna be, you gotta think about it, you're gonna be right back up and to see the Lord. Okay? And not everybody's gonna be put to death or anything of that. Some people have to see the you know, that's why it says in Thessalonians, those, wait, I said it again. First Thessalonians 4, those that remain. First Thessalonians 4 and 13. But I would not have you be to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them that which were asleep, that ye should sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and he rose again, even so them also which slept in Yahushua with the Most High bring with him. For this we say unto you by the word of the Most High, that we which are alive and remain. So there's gonna be a lot of brothers and sisters that's gonna be alive and remain. Hey, it just hit me. Mark 9:1. I'll come back to that one. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here which shall not taste of death till they have seen the kingdom of Yahweh come with power. All right. So not everybody's gonna die. Not everybody's gonna get the head chopped off or get shot. What's that called again? Not the shooting range. I forgot. It keeps popping in my head. But when they put the blindfold on somebody and they shoot them, that's the modern day stoning. Not everybody's gonna be because gonna see these things, right? They have this. They have to be brothers and sisters that remain alive to see the coming of the Lord. Simultaneously, there will be brothers and sisters that's going to get their head chopped off. All right, or whatever means necessary, however the Lord slated for the name of Yahushua. Right? It says in Yahushua will oh sorry. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, remain. Oh yeah. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. So you're not stopping those that slept for this, okay? And slept meaning what the world considered death. All right, you don't die. So everybody that did pass, they're just taking a nap right now. They went to sleep. They had peace. They had rest until when that horn, which is going to say, says, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, with the trumpet of the Most High, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. So they the ones that get the first first class. All right, the first class of the Lord's elect, those that died in Yahushua. All right, died for Yahushua, died for the belief of Yahushua. And how great of an honor it is when you die for Yahushua, not taking that chip. Okay? Telling this devil go F themselves. Like Apostles all kept bringing it up. When you watch Mandingo Cicero, he said, you peckerwoods, you can't you Peckerwoods was in free in your own land. You Peckerwoods was going to war with each other, and then you Peckerwoods took us, and you did this to us. You put us into slavery. You gonna do what you're gonna do. When you all said and done, when you hang me, kiss my ass. I remember that because I was just watching it. I don't know if I got everything verbatim, but that's what Cicero said. Tell him to kiss his ass. Right? He was schooling him before they hung his ass. So like, yo, kiss my ass. But hey, Lord's gonna put a spirit on brothers, man. And I pray, see how about some ill spirit that time comes. All right. Though everything I'm saying is for the brothers and sisters that's written in the book of life. Okay? That's who matters. Not everybody else. If that's all that matters, then they could be reborn to this hellhole and they're gonna be destroyed. All those people that's gonna take that chip, all those people that's gonna be involved, yeah, they was like that woman said, they died and came back just to die again. Okay?
The devil tries to imitate God or tries to imitate Christ. So you know how you have to be born again and come as a child. It was like a rebirth into the beast system.
And that's exactly what it was. And that's the spirit, because that's the spirit. This is exactly what it is. They were just reborn to the beast system, which is really death. It tells you what Proverbs. Matter of fact, and also you gotta look at it like this. Those people that were slated to be destroyed, they were slated to be destroyed from the beginning of time. Proverbs 8 and 20. No, sorry, to the point. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. We live in a culture, a backwards ass culture, that devises nothing but death. So those that are prominent figure in the society that love this world, you love death. All right? And death is gonna follow. So you're gonna be reborn just to be put to death in a horrible fashion. Okay? This death, this is a reason why it's called a second death. Because this death is gonna completely annihilate everybody. This is that fire. Let me go back to this.
I watch these people die after getting this thing and come back. I don't know who they were coming back as or what have you. Like they were still like the same person. Like
Well, that's a heavy thing too. Like I remember Pastor Tara said it's like when the Lord comes back, he won't be able to save these people because they completely made allegiance. They're going to be unfamiliar. All right, which goes into something that happened to the world recently, and all these people walking around, they may look normal, but they're not normal. Something's wrong with them. So that situation that took place, the majority of the people of the earth, they're going to be easy to accept that final step because they already accepted the other step, and they're going to be unrecognizable. Hey, majority of people's DNA has the name of the Lord in them. All right, all man on earth, we are all product of the. Hey, everybody's like, oh, God created everybody, right? But this devil has what the Lord gave him the technology for them to rewrite everything that's in you. You're gonna be a property of whoever that's in power. All right, you're gonna be reborn to be um somebody's property.
Lord help me. Okay. So I was trying to get out of the hospital. And they were calling my name. Like, I don't know how these people knew my name. But, they was calling my name like, hey, bitch, who that? And I'm like, So, I'm trying to fight to get out of there. And I'm just sharing this because I pray for God to help me to remember. And I have plenty of dreams, but this one I feel like it's like He gave it to me twice. That has to mean something. It's here.
Yeah, it does mean something. It's not only here. That twice represent understanding. Let me get this in here. Job. I haven't read this in a while, huh? 30. No, it's not 30. Job 33. Yeah. Job 33 and 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man. Matter of fact, I was supposed to go up, right? There it is. Job 33 and 14. For the Most High spoken once, yet twice, yet man perceived not. So the dream was consistent because it was a consistent message. It means to understand what's, like you said, it's here. It's not far-fetched. It's not down the line. Okay, yeah, if you could have said it a couple of years ago, and then it's like, nah, it's not there. But everything is built. The system is built. You know how great of a position that we are in? The Lord told us this thing before the system was being built. The whole time we thought that, no, they have it. They have it. We was telling ourselves they have it because it was fully convinced in our mind. Like it's here. But it wasn't here. They didn't build the system yet. Now they have built the system. Okay? The system is created. So now it's here. It's no longer a long thing coming. It's just there. It's just the finishing touch. We're in the finishing touch of all this. Okay? It says, in a dream in the vision of the night, when deep sleep fall upon men and slumber upon their bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. So the Lord is the one that's going to control everything. So let me get this and we ended off on that, which was, that was a beautiful dream by that sister, and it's here. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, which forehead means metapon, all right? His hand could be left, right, it doesn't matter. Don't stick that shit in. Fuck it. Pray the Lord give us, consistently pray the Lord give us that spirit to tell these devils, fuck them. All right? To their face. No, I ain't taking none of that. It's not our will, it's the Lord's will. We just hope that we're part of the elect. That's why they're hopeful elect. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And their smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast, his image, and whoso receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, which is the suffering of the saints, which are Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Here are they that keep his commandments and the faith of Yahweh Shai. So it's about keeping the Lord's commandments to your best of your ability. Most important, being part of the elect, keeping the Lord's commandments to your best ability, believing in Yahweh Shai. That's all it is. That's what it's all about. So with that being said, Shalom to the elect nation of Israel. Shalom.